السلام عليكم، حياكم الله في الجزء الثاني. ايش هذا؟ انا وين؟ الماشي.
What must I do? What must I do? This isn't even my neighborhood. Please, sir. I need help bad.
What's going on?
I'm Blight, sir. Newton Blight. I've lost my mate. Can't find him anywhere.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. Please, calm down and give me more details.
Oswald and myself were both infantry, sir. We were en route for the hospital, but... well, we had a disagreement. And Oswald ran off towards the canal.
How long have you been searching for him?
I can't go there. Too many rats by the water. Fucking rats. Can't stand them since the war, sir. Can't stand them at all.
Don't be ashamed, Mr. Blight. Many soldiers who survived the trenches suffer from musophobia. I'll see what I can do for your friend. This is a dangerous part of town. What are you doing?
We were looking for the Pembroke Hospital. We both need help. Treatment, I mean. To get some sleep. Just need to feel better, sir.
Where was your friend the last time you saw him?
He went down by the canal. He didn't want to go to the hospital. I think he went to the sewers on purpose. So I couldn't go after him.
What can you tell me about your friend?
His name is Oswald Thatcher. We survived the war together. Oswald is... nervous and quite fragile since we came back from the war.
ملحوس شوي.
What can you tell me about yourself?
I'm Oswald's best friend. We served in the same regiment, sir. Taken care of each other since we came back from the front.
I have all the information I need for now. If I find anything out about your friend, I'll let you know.
Thank you, Dr.
صح صح. أمس أنا سويت شيء بس نسيت وش سويت. قبضت أحد الشخصيات بس من كان هذول الظاهر صح؟ والله ما أدري الظاهر. أمس صار شيء هنا، مش كأني نسيت. لا إله إلا الله. طيب.
Stay away!
ساتر. نشوف وش السالفة يا أخ. لا إله إلا الله. يا ربي وأنت ربي. زولد. هذا زولد، سمعته.
He's locked the door behind him. I need to find another way to follow him. This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
I want to see the sky, feel the fresh air.
ما زين. غير غير. الحمد لله. السلاح زين. لا لا ممتاز. أبد أبد زين. Citizen safe. طيب هذا يطلعني على برا.
I can't breathe!
أهو.
I don't want to die here! I want to see the sky! Feel the fresh air! I can't breathe!
يا الصياحة تصيح.
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here! I need to get out!
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay, I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out.
Mr. Thatcher, your friend Newton sent me to help you. Do you remember him?
Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy the cool night air. It's quite invigorating. I'm sure you'll feel better if you do.
مديني أشرب دمه. طيب والله انه لو واكله بيدي احد اتوقع. خله
Are you sure you're all right, sir?
الحمد لله. لا اله الا الله. ايش الدعوة الملكية هذه؟ هوب هوب هوب. الساحة ما تطمن، واضح ان فيها في بوس. هذا انا بعرف وش هي.
What sort of creature is this?
A beast. And a beast. هوب 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 هوب.
Here's what's left of him. Not a lot to check, but I should anyway.
If you are sick.
Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her.
اي صح كرين هي اللي وش اسمه ما ادري ايش سوت. نسيت والله نسيت ايش سوت. عصير عصير. Hideouts are often located. اللودينج في اللعبة يطول صدق يعني حقيقة بشكل مفرط. بلاك ميل. صح ذكرت كرين الظاهر انها وراها علم. صح ذكرت. اوه كلي كوكس تعال.
Good evening, Mr. Cox.
Dr. Reed, still working at night, I see. I like that.
And why is that?
People who don't sleep at night always seem more alive to me. More interesting, one way or another.
How is your hospital?
This is a shitty place with shitty staff.
صح.
But as long as I'm
Shitty.
treated all right, I'll be fine.
What's wrong with the hospital?
Come on, Dr. Reed. The place is a dump. Smelly, sad, and dirty.
But you're alive thanks to the efforts and dedication of the staff here, aren't you?
What are you expecting, a medal? I thought that saving lives was just part of the job. Must be an unsatisfactory profession at this time, I'm sure.
What's wrong with the Pembroke staff?
That bastard you sent to bring me here, Milton. I thought he was going to break all my bones before I reached my bed.
I see. Any other smart comments?
The nurses aren't too ugly. Especially that foxy one, Nurse Crane. Pretty brunette, tough attitude, all like that.
Do you ever think about that poor fellow I saw you push in the water?
The wound he gave me will make sure I don't forget him. Still fucking hurts. Bastard cut me good.
What did he want? Revenge?
I recently had to kill his brother. Poor arsehole thought it would be easy to return the favour.
هي القذر. Clay had murdered the brother of the who tried to kill him. يعني رجل سيء هذا يعني لو أكله ما حد درى عنه.
Only the strongest survive, then? Survival at all costs. Is that all you think about?
I'm the toughest bastard you'll ever meet, Dr. Reed. And I don't give a fuck what you think of me.
That man was determined to murder you. You almost died.
What a surprise. The first time I met him, he nearly shit himself. Fucking coward. I guess revenge gives you balls.
You're lucky to be alive, Mr. Cox. I hope you're starting to take better care of yourself.
This place is full of sickness and decay.
I will see. How long do you think you can escape the law, Clay?
I know this city like the back of my hand, Doc. I know its streets, who to pay, who to avoid, and who to bully. I won't get caught.
We can't escape the consequences of our actions. The past catches up with us in the end.
I ain't afraid of death. I don't hide who I am. I live my life honestly, which is more than I could say for most folks.
And who are you, then?
I'm the leader of the Wet Boot Boys. One day, I'll leave this shitty place and punch in the face all who thought I would not come back.
اها رئيس عصابة ذي بان هذا. طيب
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
ايه طلع بلطجي بلطجي بلطجي. I'm tired of your shit, Clay. What the fuck did you do all the bloody dogs? Come back. يدوانا يدوينا يدوينا. Wet Boot Boys. تعال تعال قضينا منك حنا. تعال.
Hey, Doc.
هذيك زوجته.
What can you tell me about your marriage, Clay?
Marriage is the sweetest cage, they say. Well, I found myself locked in one with a wild animal.
You mean your wife keeps you on your toes?
No, I mean, we both have claws and we both love to bite.
Am I right to assume your wife's letter pissed you off, Clay?
I was so mad, I threw away the knife she got me when we got married.
Your wife gave you a knife as a wedding present.
That knife has always been my lucky charm. If I'd had it in my hand when I got stabbed on that pier, I'd not have been wounded.
بلطجي انت. الله الله لك شعور.
A lucky charm? I never would have taken you as the superstitious type.
We all have our flaws, Doc. Mine's to have my weapon of choice for when the really dirty business comes around.
Do you want it back?
I don't need it here, but if you'd be kind enough to bring it to me, I'd be really grateful.
A grateful Clay Cox? I might just find your knife and bring it back to you to see that happen.
I can give you directions, but I'll be surprised if you manage to find it. My hideout isn't meant to be found easily.
اها عجيب. انت بسهل يا كلاي كوكس. الحين لو باكله باخذ 700 اكس بي، فهل اكله؟
I'll leave you.
هذا خلاص عرفنا كل اسراره صح؟ كلاي كوكس. اي طيب يقول كلاي كوكس enters the knife his wife gave him as his lucky charm. Clay intends to remain a gang leader after his recovery. Clay is married to Edwana Cox. طيب اتوقع اني بخليه بخليه يمكن بعدين استفيد منه هو وعصابته، يمكن ما تدري. طيب بس شخصيته حلوة صراحة، والله شخصيته حلوة. طيب شقي بزنس شقي. ما هذا؟
And I thought last summer's epidemic was difficult.
وش السالفة؟ الصحيح أمه فيهم شيء. نروح لهم بسرعة. نلوت أول. لا نروح لهم بسرعة. وينهم؟
Will this shift never...
Good evening, Mr.
I'm okay.
وش السالفة؟
How
So painful.
I have to go.
وش السالفة؟ تو كانوا
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
What can you...
Not much.
Are you really that rich?
Yes.
May I ask if you have an occupation?
I'm a teacher by profession. I...
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital.
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes. And I paid without question, considering the urgency of the situation.
Goodbye, Miss.
Don't waste your time with me.
This hospital seems to be falling apart. But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
أخي في شيء غريب بينهم. هذا احنا مسلمين عليه.
Good evening,
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed.
الظاهر الحمد لله.
Please, could you tell me something?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect.
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me.
عجيب.
I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal...
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh, no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time. You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior, a man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Goodbye, Dr. Strick.
هذا حرفي.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army. Building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this, my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
Tell me about the doctors who are...
Strickland and Ackroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is, I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Tell me about yourself, Nick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to...
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospital.
I'm a carpenter. And a good one, too. But that means I need both arms.
Goodbye for now.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Helen.
Good evening, Mr.
Good evening.
Goodbye.
My sweet girl. Treats me like a book. Keep anything for a while.
But we have some of the most brilliant minds in London.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
اها طيب.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
Aren't you too old for such jealousy? It really won't do you any good, you know.
Don't be ridiculous, Dr. Reed. A simple glance is enough for me to know you have nothing for me to envy.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical
Modern medical methods were created through...
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
If you are going to lead this surgery, I'm trusting you to assume the consequences of your actions, whatever the result.
I'm not the kind of man who runs away from his responsibilities, Dr. Reed. There is no need for you to be looking over my shoulder.
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
كل زق بس. دقيقة خلينا ندخل على البث عشان نشوف تعليق. السلام عليكم. حرام ما جاني إشعار. عليكم السلام. ما ترى للحين ما تحركت. آخر شيء سويته شو اسمها ذيك السيدة ذيك شو اسمها دروثي كرين البثرة. الظاهر انها لها دخل بالابتزاز اللي صاير. طيب هذا هيهاوشني خير شبي. No reason justify my
knowledge has always been and will remain our main weapon, and it has always come at a price. And personal initiative.
It is not a question of initiative, it is a question of integrity. These men and women have put their faith in us, Dr. Reed.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd.
طيب.
Thank you for your time.
هذا بثر والله. يعني جاي يبي يدبر. شوف شو اللي صاير هنا. ها؟ خير.
Good evening, Doctor.
Goodbye, Miss.
السالفة؟
Good evening, Miss.
I'm okay.
في شيء.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you...
طيب هذا بثر هذا يبي يتدخل بالعملية حقت هذا الرجل، بينما هذاك أبو نظارة هو اللي ماسك العملية. جاء هذا قال لا أنا بمسك العملية. بزر. أوه وش هذا؟
Good evening, Miss.
Good evening.
You seem worried about the safety of your family. And it's obviously the reason why your wound troubles you so much.
I cannot give up on my children now. They both need me living.
What about their mother, if I may ask?
She died in 1915 during one of the first Zeppelin raids.
خلاص دريت.
We never found her body.
Goodbye for now.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Helen. As for me, you're an idiot.
Local investigation. طيب أنا الحين كيف شلون ها كذا. هنا المهمات الجانبية. طيب هذا نسيت ايش سالفته والله العظيم اني ناس وش يبون. خلنا نروح نخلص كلي كوكس نجيب سكينته. الله مطر يا سلام. هذه الظاهر اني للحين ما كنت.
It's locked, all right.
هذا ابو هنود.
It's locked, all right.
هذا وشو؟ لا الله يقلع ابليس. ما دريت انه باب يدخل كذا يا اخي. يا ليل. مقام. الواحد اقوى الصلاة بس. اصبر بس خلها قد ستارت بسرعة بسرعة تكفى. يا رب. يلا. اخي اللودينج يطول مرة بشكل مش طبيعي. طيب الوعد بعد الصلاة ربع ساعة ان شاء الله. السلام عليكم. بسم الله. كم الساعة؟ 7:24. نستأنف. بسم الله. أنا وش جابني هنا؟ أوف، وش هذولي؟ أوه، هذه المنطقة خلصتها صح؟ خلنا نذبحهم، نلفل عليهم. نلفل عليهم شوي صح؟ ما في لوت. خذ عني القمح. جلد. خلاص مسحناهم. شهدة.
It's locked.
شلون؟ ما قرينا الميزة حلوة انهم يرسبون كل ليلة. اها، كل ليلة يرسبون. كويس، معلومة حلوة. الماشي الماشي. بس ما يمديني اسوي ادوية الحين. ممتاز. المشكلة ما ادري وش الدواء اللي انا ابغاه، هذه المشكلة. طيب هذا شفت شيء. أيوة. ما الطريق؟ في كرتون هنا ما لوته. إذا سويت مهام جانبية يعطونك فلوس كثير لا تتجاهلهم. أنا أصلا رايح لمهمة جانبية، بروح هذاك زعيم العصابة اللي اسمه كلي كوكس، زوجته معطيته سكين، بروح أرجعها له، ساعده. بغيت اني اذبحه، بس قلت خله يمكن استفيد منها بعدين، يمكن يصير بعدين اشياء، لانه رئيس عصابة هو الظاهر، يمكن استفيد منها بعدين، فقلت اخليه. فانا متجه الان، اصلا باخذ بديت اعرف الآلية انك تحدد على المهمات الجانبية. بسم الله. طيب هو هنا، فبنروح هنا ناخذها. شو فيها صيادين، في وحش هناك.
I cannot enter.
ليه؟ ها؟ والله اني ما ادري ايش ضغط. ايش الابرة هذه؟ دقيقة وش الابرة هذه؟ اها، تو ادري انه في ابر وكذا. طيب
Leech spotter! It's a leech trick!
It's locked.
يمديني هنا كني سمعت صوت وحش هنا. ذول يحرسون الجسر. هذا ايش؟ انا وين؟ رجعت هذا. السلاح، احبك حبيبي. هذه سكينة. A large knife. Beautiful. Beautiful.
This must be Clay Cox's knife. A fine blade. No wonder he wants it back.
لكن لعبتك ماش. لعبتي ماش ولا اورايت؟ ليش ما تبي تتعرف بخي؟ ايش دخلك فيه يا اخوي؟ ما يبي يتعرف غصب. توها تجينا. حلوة توها تجينا. أنا مشكلتي
I cannot enter.
مشكلتي إني قاعد أقرأ التعليقات. مشكلة. ترى صوتك 20% واللعبة 80%. كذا احسن ان شاء الله. انه كذا احسن يعني ان شاء الله. تعال كلي كوكس. هلا والله بزكرت الزحف. شئي بزنس. شئي بزنس.
I have found a gift from your wife.
In that case, you'll be properly rewarded, Doc. Clay Cox is a man of his word.
I hope that won't make me an accomplice to your future crimes.
Who knows what I might do now I feel invincible again.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
والله اني ودي اذبحه لكن بخليه عشان ايش؟ يمكن احتاجه بعدين يمكن. يا كيم ترى كذا يعني صراحة. ترى انا ما احب زحمة الشات يا اخي معليش يا اخي. انا مشهور وكذا مقدر بس عادي يعني. لا تسولف واجد يا اخي. تكتب شيء اكتب شيء يهمنا يا اخي. تعليق يعني كويس مو بتسولف كنا واتس. طيب نشوف المهمات الثانية الجانبية. خلصنا هذا. هذا من هو؟ أوزولد. باقي حق 2 ذولي. طيب نسويها. دوكس والله. كله امشي من تحت احسن صح يا رجال. استرجل بس. هذا ايام جاك السفاح. لا مو بايام جاك. هذه احداثها بعد الحرب العالمية الاولى في وقت الانفلونزا الاسبانية. أب. تقلع. لوت ما في لوت. إذا المهمة بعيدة خلها بعدين لأنك رايح كل مكان. والله انك صدقت يعني حقيقة. ابى اخلصها خلاص، هذه اخر مهمة جانبية فابى اخلصها عشان اتفرغ للرئيسية. يعني بليز بوس، شو اسمه؟ جريفن. يا ليل والله ليفله عالي، احس اني بموت. اقدر انحاش لو ادخل؟ فك. مات. تعال تعال اقول. ليتني عضيته. لا 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 لا. ازبن 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 ازبن. هيل استمنى فل. احول يمديني انحاش. اول مرة اموت في اللعبة. انت شو ما يجيك طاعون؟ فهمت. اول موتة. You've been defeated. You will find there is very little that can kill a vampire, my friend. You have been لا 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 لا. ايش بصير طيب اذا مت؟ تروح علي ليلة صح؟ ولا اعتقد ان تروح علي ليلة اذا مت. المشكلة اني دخلت في هوشة والله اني في غنى عنها. ما ادري ليش دخلت فيها يا اخي. ليتني مشيت وسحبت عليه. خلصت المهمة وخلاص. اها حلو حلو، يعيدني هنا كويس. لا زين زين ممتاز. بدينا استخدم R2. اي يمديني. اما هو اي والله هو. تعال تعال. لك ما اطلع. تعال. بيموت. سي. لا ما اظن تروح اول موت على اساس دارك سولز، بس تروح الابر غالبا. ايه الاشياء اللي استهلكها تروح، لكن اي ما يخالف عادي. ها وش البزر؟ هنا في بزر يصير في الكحكة. طيب هذا هو ordered by doctor. اوه هذا اللي شو اسمه، هذا اللي عنده الادوية طلع ميت.
Opium is one of the main ingredients of strychnine. It's medication. Never a good move.
وش ذا الصوت؟ قطار. اي والله قطار. طلع ميت. اي والله طلع ميت. جي في بزر هنا يصير يا اخي. لا توكل. لاحظت كل وحش يقاوم اشياء معينة. ها يقاوم الدم والاشياء هذه قصدك اعتقد يعني.
Please, I feel sick. Get over here now.
وش عندك؟
Hey, Doc.
عندك شيء؟
I'll leave you.
I feel sick. Get over here now.
وشبهي فاتج. نروح الحين نصلح لك احلى فاتج يا استاذ كلاي كوكس. احلى فاتج ينزل لعيون المؤمنين.
I wonder why the Goswicks came here in the first place.
هذه مع الجوزويك. نشوف بعدين. وين المكتب؟ علقت اللعبة. وين البتاع؟ بسم الله. هو وش كان يبي؟ هو يبي فاتج. هذا فيتج مدري. طيب يستاهل والله ذيبان. انا احس انه بيجي وراه منفعة بعدين، بس ما ادري وش المنفعة. وينك يا كوكس؟ تعال يا حلو.
Hey, Doc.
You're lucky to be alive.
This place is full of sickness.
Consider yourself lucky that I'm treating all of my patients equally. But don't push your luck.
Don't play the innocent with me. I'm sure you have good reasons to act this way. And also weaknesses that can be exploited.
مسوي قافطني يعني.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
والله هاكله هو مجرم يعني وكذا ورئيس عصابة، بس ادري يا اخي احس انه بعدين بستفيد منه. ما ادري ليش احس اني بعدين بستفيد منه. طيب تبن شوش عنده؟
Good evening, Dr. Tibbets.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
good news to share. عنده هنتين ما جبناها.
Goodbye.
يلا تقلع من فاضيين لك. هذه حبيبته. يا اخي شوف في عندهم شيء هذولي. ايوه وش سالفتهم يا اخي؟ ابي اناظر. يا اخي والله وراهم شيء بس ما ادري ايش وراهم.
Surely I can endure.
وين ايوه. لا ماني بمعلم، كنت انقلب. معلم هذا.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
ايش تبي انت؟
Thank you for
يلا.
your time. We'll talk later.
يا اخي وقف عند الدم عشان تسمع. اها وقف عند الدم عشان اسمع. اها فهمت توي افهم هذه يا استاذي. اها توي افهم. معليش يا اخي وراهم شيء بس ما ادري ما افهم. بعد عرفته يا اخي. اها ايوه.
How can I be sure I'll not find your unconscious body in the house again?
I promise you, you'll not find my unconscious body.
For God's sake, how can you say such a thing?
How can you refuse to listen? I tried to warn you for so long.
No, I won't let my only son die. You promised me you'll stay alive.
Your son lied to you, like the whole world lies to us.
هذا ايش جوه؟ وش جوك يا الحبيب؟ هو اللي يحاول ينتحر. يا الكلب. يبي ينتحر الكلب. ايه ورا منسدح كذا. هذه ايش سالفة هذا الصينية دي مدري فلبينية دايما اشوفها تهجول. بعدين اكلمها. وش عندكم يا تعال والله اني قايله.
How are you?
I'm okay.
والله اني قايله انه صحيح هذا. والله انه صحيح. والله اني قايله. شوف يبي ينتحر الحمار الثور هذا.
Admit it, Mortimer. Your mother had you hospitalized here because you tried to kill yourself.
Yes, it's true.
All right then. This is the first time we've really shared information about your case. Shall we call this progress?
Call it what you want, Dr. Reed.
You can trust me. I won't report you to the authorities. My one and only concern is your health.
I guess I should thank you then.
Can I help you in any way, Mr. Goswick?
I wrote a letter for my mother. She was supposed to read it after my death. But I suppose she doesn't have to read it now.
I see. And is this letter still near the place where you tried to take your own life?
Yes. And I don't want anyone reading my last words. I mean, I'm still here. If you bring me back that letter, then perhaps we'll talk.
طيب يا أخي المهمات الجانبية ما تخلص. يا أخي يبي يرجع
I have to go now.
بيرجع للمهمة الرئيسية. تعالي أنت تعالي.
Good evening, Doctor.
Your son wished to die, Beatrice. Why did you hide such crucial information?
Are you not aware suicide is a crime? Mortimer could be thrown in jail. I can't let that happen. I won't.
I understand you fear the legal consequences, Mrs. Goswick. But don't you realize your silence significantly affects your son's case?
All my son needs is help and comprehension, not judgment.
طيب.
Goodbye.
خلاص. باقي الحين وينه؟ لا ما نبي هذا. نبي ذاك. تعال.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
I located the shop, but it was vandalized, and the owner is missing. All I found was your order.
I was afraid of such bad news. People are so desperate they're ready to burgle a shop for drugs.
That's quite a list you ordered. Opium, sodium hypochlorite. It can't be just headaches you're trying to cure.
This dreadful influenza, of course. I already ran some tests on hopeless cases. Without success, I must admit.
Do you realize you could create a lethal poison without the correct dosage? Then there are the legal ramifications.
Is this not true of any medical substance, Dr. Reed? However, if you would agree to improve it, I'd be glad to accept your help.
As long as you promise to be scrupulous with your experiments, I may try to gather these substances, and even help improve upon the mixture.
That's all I'm asking for, Dr. Reed. That's all I'm asking.
I want to know about these secret tests you run, and if they can save people from this epidemic. Speak to me now, Thoreau.
I know I may sound presumptuous, but I'm just following your steps, Dr. Reed. I'm casting away the shadows of ignorance by daring to face them.
Self-confidence is essential in our line of work, my young colleague, but only if tempered with the correct amount of cynicism.
But you never doubt yourself, Dr. Reed. I've read all your articles and books. You performed the most daring research during the war.
يا أخي أنا بفضل هذا الطالب على المعلم، لأن المعلم هذاك متعجرف، فأنا بقهر المعلم حقه هذا.
You have my support, Dr. Strickland. I know exactly what it feels like to battle an unknown disease with only your mind and force of will to help you.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. You don't know what that means to me.
ترى من يوم جيت وأنا قاعد أرفع بك عشانك ترفع بي، فبيضها يا ذيبان.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
عجيب. touch.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
في touch.
I can't let Strickland put his patients at risk with opium. Perhaps an adjusted formula will deliver more of a placebo effect.
يعني والله ما فهمت ايش قلت يعني، بس اتوقع يعني لو اعدل قصدك الدواء حقه. تعال خلينا نكلم المتعجرف.
I'm quite busy right
now.
Do you think Dr. Strickland has any chance of curing the Spanish flu by himself?
His wish to cure the sick is not driven by pride, but by an idealistic view about our mission here. Honestly, I don't know which is worse.
You consider him a good practitioner, yet you will not report his methods.
Strickland may be a rival, but I will not use dirty tricks or regulations to prove him wrong. We are doctors, not politicians.
والله ما أدري من
Thank you for your time. We'll talk.
Reads me like a book. I'll never from.
Good evening, Mr.
Good evening, Dr.
ما عندك شيء. طيب. يا كثر المهمات الجانبية، كل شوي تطلع لك مهمة جانبية. وش هذا يا أخي؟ أقول بعدين. أصبر، وش هذا المحدد؟
nice, sweet girl. Reads me like a book.
أكلم هذه يمكن صح؟ لا أجل وين أروح؟ فوق؟ يمكن فوق. ايه طيب نعدل على الدواء حقه عشان نعزز له. انا والله احس اني مع هذاك. هاتبرد سيروم. طيب وش اصلح؟ طيب وش اصنع؟ ها والله اني ما ادري شو اصنع يا حبيبي. هو نفس الدواء بس هذا هي ايش يقول؟ اها والله اني ما فهمت وش اللي اسويه بالضبط. في دواء معين اسويه. هذا صلح يلا لو صلح صح؟ لا مو بصح. ما له ليس. ايوه bring a unit of sodium to bring potassium. والله طلبات طبية هذه يبي لها مستر ايزيو، هو اللي يعرف المصطلحات هذه. إلى المهمة الرئيسية. أبشركم خلاص بروح للمهمة الرئيسية الآن. المهمة الرئيسية هاكلك. والله إني ودي أذبحك وما يمشي. شو الرسبة ثانية بعد ما مت؟ قدها. ثلاثة.
Let's pin him down! Murder him, boss!
جلد جلد جلد. صح علي ها؟ ايه سيدة في سيدة. فنسبري جوشو. شو مصطلحات في اللعبة زي الحلا والله. اوه منطقة جديدة اخيرا.
It's locked, all right.
Get your weapons ready! We found one!
filthy. أبك أنت وين رايح؟ أبك أنا رايح المهمة الرئيسية، مو من هنا. أجل مع وين؟ مو بهذا؟ أو مسكوك هذا مقفل. لازم أجي من هنا يعني منا. شكله لازم أجي منه صح؟ أوف وش اللودينج هذا؟ ايه والله اثره منه مو بصحيح. امشي. اها فهمتك. مع هنا يعني شو enter at your own risk. الله 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 الله. district state serious. الله 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 الله. وش ذا؟ ايش المنطقة هذه؟ hide out. لا منطقة مليئة بالصيادين. وش الخط هذا؟ تحسبني بطيح فيه؟ لعب علي، ما تلعب علي يا اخي. الخريطة معقدة شوي. هنا وش فيه؟ بسم الله. ايش المكان هذا؟ ايش هذا؟ فلوس جيب. والله مكان غريب حتى ما في شيء صح؟ filthy. كثرتني انت. انا بموت. مت ابوه. قلعة قلعة انت قلعة. لوت لوت. لا لا ما بي هنا، في هذا.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
عليه ما عليه. وش هذا؟ هايد اوت؟ ها اي والله هايد اوت. لفل بعدين مرة واحدة. هنا ما شفنا. اها طيب من هنا. لوت.
More and more of these bloody leeches every night. Aye, but the guards are recruiting more and more every year.
When did you join the guard? 2 days ago. This is my first patrol.
يا حليلة أول مرة. يا حبيبي يا حبيبي أول مرة أجل.
It's closed.
ولا والله في وحش هنا. أبي أشوفهم يطقون معه. أبي أشوفهم وهم يطقون معه.
Not a good place for a stroll.
خلهم يشوفون. إيه هذا اللي أنا بسويه. تعال تعال.
Over there! There's one of them
هنا يا ثور. سني وصفي. وين تروح انت؟ جي جي. هناك ما في شيء صح؟ هذا وشو؟ اوه لقينا قطع سلاح اخيرا. هنا وش فيه؟ ما في شيء ها؟ لا ارجع. باقي اللي هنا. والله ليتني ما ذبحته، ليتني خليته يجي هنا بعد. احاها صبر صبر صبر. هنا في تقنيات يا اخي. هذا وش يسوي؟ You will block your target's blood in their vines, making them defenseless. اها yeah مو بزين. سحب عليه الحمار. اوب عصب. يا حد. كلب. طلع ابليس قوي. وش الذيب اللي يعوي؟ وصلنا، اعتقد وصلنا. وش العلم نفداكم؟ العلم والله.
This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
في اثنين هناك قاعدين يسوون.
Fuck you all! Fuck it all! Stop it now, Albert! Stop it! Me? I'll not die in some piss-stinking alley reeking worse than a week-old lappy.
وش السالفة؟
I won't end up another drunk arsehole littering the streets. Not me.
Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
هذا ألبرت. إيه هذا اللي صح.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd...
Never heard of her. She's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
كذاب يا وسخ. والله مديني أكله.
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything, it ain't me.
Medication and drugs are a rare commodity in East London. So you picked an easy target, didn't you?
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help me.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
زعل.
Do you know?
Never heard of it.
I found the recruiter you were expecting. He's dead, but he carried a note. The Wet Boot Boys have accepted your application.
I knew it! I told you I was tough enough. I'll be free soon.
Free? You may soon find out that you have simply traded one set of shackles for another.
You're all fancy words, none of which concern me. Go worry about someone else. I'm fine and I've a future here.
مسخن.
Goodbye, young man.
هذول العصابة الوت شو اسمهم؟ وت بويز مدري شو اسمهم. معقولة هذه والله يمكن، ليش لا؟ طيب وايت شابل. هذا اي والله هو.
What? Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside.
No. Look, I'm not a violent man.
Huh.
I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. And no one can help me. Not even you.
هذا مسخن بعد.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke?
Funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. But the woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
Word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal dispensary for migrants.
عجيب.
Whatever the boy...
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that I'm sick in the head.
طيب.
Perhaps...
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills. Everything's coming up roses.
أما هذا ولده. اي والله شكله ولده.
What can you tell me about this place?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to live, and this is where I live now.
You don't have anywhere to go?
Not since the death of my wife, Albert's mother. She was sick, you see.
اي والله ولده.
Long before the flu and all this shit.
You mean you used to have a better life?
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name.
شو اسمك
I'm just Ben. Ben the Tramp.
Ben the Tramp. طيب.
What is it, Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shot, aren't they? I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
The doctors called me a liar. A coward. Put me in a straitjacket, locked me up. Finally, they sent me back to the front lines with a handful of tablets.
Yes. Sounds like shell shock. I've seen a few cases like yours. This is nothing you should be ashamed of, Benjamin. And it's perfectly natural in your situation.
Not ashamed. I just need my pills. Peace and quiet, that's all.
طلعوا هذولي.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
طلعوا هذولي أتباع كلي كوكس. طلعوا أتباعه. ركز على المهمة، ركز على المهمة. مشكلة ما أعرف أمسك نفسي يعني.
Someday you'll understand. You've wasted your life away.
وش المنطقة هذه؟ هذه مين؟
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic?
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies? I'm Jonathan Reed, by the way. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir. I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
تبي أدوية.
Tell me, who intrigues you most in Whitechapel?
The region itself is something to see, but I would say Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
What do you think of the locals?
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
Is there anyone I should avoid?
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants as soon as they get here.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane?
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
تجي هنا تبي أدوية.
I'd like to see what kind of medicine you're selling.
هذا اللي يبيه ذاك شو اسمه؟ بوتاسيوم عقل عم منقار يا أخي غالي مرة.
Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the flu is no match for the Swanborough cordial.
It's all bloody joke to you, eh?
All your problems.
إيش الدم هذا؟ إيش هذا؟ أيوة. إيش سالفته؟
It's locked.
ما أقدر أدخل عنده ذا. Whitechapel.
I have this thirst for blood.
هذا هو. هذا شو اسمه اللي كان يكلم الممرضة. تعال.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
الزاحم.
I must insist, sir. Please let me see Nurse Crane.
I have no time for you, sir.
طلعهم سرقة. طيب شلون بتجسس عليه أنا الحين؟ هذا حلو. طيب ابي اطلع. طيب ابي الحقه. دقيقة ما في الا هنا. طيب شلون اوصل له؟ اها لازم اوصل له يعني. اتوقع من هنا. لا مو من هنا. من قدام. خليك بشغل الحواس يا اخي. ابشر. دروه ذكرين. والله اني داري. والله اني داري.
I cannot enter.
طيب شلون بروح؟ شلون؟ او ارجع هنا يعني وانا مشغل الحواس كذا. اي والله. فهمت. معليش. قبط ناس.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nethercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
مين هذول؟
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
انقلب السحر.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Find Clayton Derby. Find Richard. مدري شو اسمه هذا إيطاليا الحين. تشارم. شوف بيجيك خيار تشارم. شلون بيجيني خيار تشارم؟ ما فهمت. بس انتبه ذا يخلي الشخص ينجن. وش الشارم؟ ما فهمت وشو. بعد هذا تعبان عنده رئة. طيب خلينا نطق عليه ذا نشوف شو بيقول.
I must insist, sir. Please let me see Nurse Crane.
I have no time for you, sir.
أخي رهيب. وش هذا؟ انهم تلقاه شارحينه بورقة تلقاها يمكن عشان يكون عندك هنا. وين ما فهمت الشرط. الأوراق هذه يعني. لا. هنا. هذه. لا. هذه. لا. والله ما أدري. شو؟ أبصم ما فهم أبو فلاح شيء. والله شوي. لا أنا فاهم ما شو اسمه. اتزاعق يا ابن الكلب. الحين الحرمة ذيك ايش سالفتها؟ اشرح للمشاهد اللي ما هو ما يدري. اللي ما يدري ايش السالفة يرجع يناظر الأجزاء الأولى. كرين هذه ممرضة في المستشفى حقنا. نسيت شو اسمه المستشفى. وتشتغل هنا وهي معتلقة بالابتزاز اللي حق ابتزاز لذيك المدري شو اسمها المساعدة حقت نسيت ذاك الشخص. والله شوف اللي ما فهم يروح يناظر الأجزاء القديمة. أنا مو فاضي أشرح صراحة. هلا والله. تعال وين تروح؟ لا شلون احطه؟ هنا جيب. والله كثيرة الوحوش بدأت تكثر. المكان هذا كذا حق مهمة جانبية. وش تدور هنا؟ شلون؟ اي والله معليش ما ادري ليش انا هنا. ها؟
Not exactly a treasure chest. A battered box.
واضح اني جيت مكان غلط.
A love letter from Joe Peterson's wife, addressed to Barrett Lewis. Who should I give it to, I wonder?
واضح اني جبت العيد، جبت في منطقة المفروض اني ما اجي. واضح ان الشخص هذا له قصة ومفترض اني ما جيت هذه القصة. معليش. شلون ارجع؟ الله يجزاه خير والله. جزاه الله خير. شلون اروح طيب؟ من هنا يا غشيم. اركض. ايش ذا الحمار ذا؟ اركض زي الناس. هوا وش البلطجي هذا؟
It's not my call, Barrett. You pay one way or another.
Please, Joe. How long have we known each other? We even used to be neighbours, for Christ's sake.
I'd prefer not to give you another beating, Barrett.
اتوقع هذا من شو اسمه ذوليك بويز مدري شو.
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist?
الله
I
المتعافي.
didn't answer the first one, so piss off.
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
شو يزعل؟ اوه هذا البوكس اللي خذناه تو. نجي بعدين. نجي بعدين. واضح اني سويت همة جانبية بالغلط. يلا ما يخالف. وش ذا الحجوز؟ او شايب عبد الله السدحان.
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist?
الله يا خشمه.
You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
يا ساتر. ليه زعلان؟ وش ذا الحساسية اللي فيه؟
Have you any friends? Any family left in these terrible times?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devoted. I send him to preach the good word in the heart of this corrupted city.
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
هذا لا مو هو. توقعت انه هذا وش الوايت. لا هذا الوايت شابل صح؟ هاي.
Have you any...
No.
خلاص صح؟ لا تو.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences, and most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
Well, I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your so-called truth.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish flu is just the beginning of the end.
What do you mean?
The beast is finally revealing itself, corrupting the flesh and the heart of men. With my own eyes I have seen them, those minions from the abyss.
Really? And what would be your answer to this biblical threat?
We must fight the disease before this legion outnumbers us. But not with scalpels and microscopes. No.
What is left then?
Cleansing fire.
بيحرق المدينة ذي
What do you
بان.
mean when you say that I am more lost?
Also, you...
لا لا لا.
I am. Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes, hardened and purified by the flames.
يبي يحرق المدينة ذا الخبل ذا. تصدق عشان يطهر مدري. لا ذا الكلمة ما أحس إنها أبدا مناسبة. This is the 20th century. لا 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 مو بحلو. وهذه بعد مو بحلوة. Science is our only hope. خلنا نعطي على جو ونقول لازم في حدود صح.
Purification by fire has proved useful, but where do you stop? Burn the clothes? The buildings? The corpses? Worse?
Your lack of faith is predictable. But my task is to convince rational minds like yours to see the light. This is God's will.
You're mad and dangerous. You're nothing but a soulless butcher. A small-time Torquemada. The Savonarola of Whitechapel.
My son, if you think salvation is a free gift, go listen to the lies of that pompous fool, Joseph.
Joseph, a fool?
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. While he continues preaching his fraudulent redemption, more and more people die in the streets.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in our country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
أنا صادق.
So you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fibre.
I have heard enough for tonight. Goodbye.
أبو خشم والله يا مصرقة. أيوة شو يسوي ذا الخبل؟ دقيقة باخذ بريك شوي. أبا صلوا ولا ما صلوا؟ الله يلعن إبليس ما صليت. صلاة بعد الصلاة. الله يلعن إبليس. السلام عليكم. طيب وين وصلنا؟ وصلنا هنا. وصلنا
The walls of your home will not protect you, for there is no protection against malevolence and trickery. You are blinded by your false faith, imprisoned by your daily routine, unable to see the true horror around you.
وين اللي هنا؟ خلينا نشوف هذا سالفته.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby. Reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
يلا ترى بنلعب. بسم الله. Personal questions.
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
It's a disgrace. People are left to die alone.
وقت مستقطع. دقائق معدودة. والله ما أدري كم بتصير، بس شكلي بطول شوي. ماني مطول مرة بس شوي. نعتذر من الموجودين، فلكن أعتقد أني بأوقف هنا.
No one is properly informed of the...
أتوقع أني بوقف هنا، ما أدري بس هو بيحفظ ولا لا، لكن إن شاء الله يحفظ. مع السلامة، وعد إن شاء الله ما أدري متى، بكرة غالبا أو يمكن اليوم، والله ما أدري.